Here are the top 50 stories. After the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3 on the lunar surface, ISRO shares an update that the rover ramped down from the lander and India took a walk on the moon. ISRO chairman S. Somanath speaks to Times Now exclusively, says that when the Prime Minister comes here to congratulate us, we will explain to him what happens in the next few days. At the banquet dinner during Brics, Prime Minister Modi was congratulated by several world leaders for the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3. Members of the Indian diaspora celebrate the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3 at Times Square in New York as well. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah meets the ISRO chairperson and scientists, congratulates them for the landing of Chandrayaan. Former ISRO scientist Chandrayaan congratulates all the mission people who were part of this mission of Chandrayaan 3, says that the failure of Chandrayaan 2 contributed to the success of this mission. As Chandrayaan 3 landed on the moon, Indians living in Greece's Athens expressed their joy, saying that the moon belongs to India. Glorious celebrations in Tripura's Agartala after Chandrayaan 3's successful landing. Chief Minister Manik Saha attends the celebrations. The Congress's Parliamentary Party chairperson Sonia Gandhi, meanwhile, writes to ISRO chief S. Somanath as well. She is congratulating him and the team for the success. Opposition leaders take a jibe on Prime Minister Modi over the successful landing of Chandrayaan 3. RJD says that Prime Minister stole the limelight from the scientists. Meanwhile, TMC has reacted to Chandrayaan 3 mission, saying that the money has been wasted on moon and it could have been used for the welfare of poor. While virtually addressing the G20 meet, Prime Minister says India has moved from red tape to red carpet and has enabled unfettered FDI inflow in the last 9 years. 6 new members join Brics: Argentina, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Ethiopia and UAE get a nod. Prime Minister Modi to lay a wreath at the tomb of unknown soldiers at Athens today. Search and rescue operations currently underway in Mizoram Aizawl, where the under construction railway bridge collapsed and killed around 18 workers. United World Wrestling has suspended WFI for failing to conduct elections in the time period of 45 days. This means that the wrestlers will now play under the UWW flag in the upcoming tournaments, not India's. Parliament's Standing Committee on Home Affairs meets today to scrutinize 3 bills: the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita and the Bharatiya Saksha Bill. Home Minister Amit Shah holds a meeting with National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation officials in Delhi. Home Minister also will be chairing the National Security Strategy Conference in Delhi today. During the 2-day conference, discussions will be held on internal security, terrorism, narco-finance and cyber-security. While speaking over the NEP row, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar asserts that there is no need for the new education policy, citing that Indian scientists are capable of landing Chandrayaan on the moon without it. Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan interacts with the Indian community in Kuwait, says that they continue to build blocks of New Delhi-Kuwait city relations. Supreme Court upholds the bail granted to former Chief Secretary of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Jitendra Narayan. The bail was granted in a rape case filed by a 21-year-old woman last year. Monsoon fury in Himachal Pradesh continues. Several houses collapsed due to the landslide in Anni town of Kullu district. 12 dead as monsoon wreaks havoc in Himachal Pradesh. IMD issues a red alert for 6 districts, including Shimla. Hundreds of vehicles were stranded in Kullu after the Kullu-Mandi road got damaged due to heavy rainfall. Rain wreaks havoc in Himachal Pradesh's Shimla. Water enters Indira Gandhi Medical College and Hospital in Shimla. Well, 3 people have died and 1 person has been injured after a dumper falls into a gorge at Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur. The injured are still trapped under the vehicle. Rescue operations by police and locals are currently underway. A 21-year-old man drowned in River Tavi in Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur. NDRF and the police reached the spot. Rescue operations are underway. 3 killed and 1 seriously injured after the vehicle loaded with bricks meets with an accident in Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur. UP Minister flouts all norms, drives a car on a rain platform in Uttar Pradesh when he was running late to catch a train. CBI registers a case against a senior official of AIIMS in Rishikesh and 2 private firms for corruption of around 6 crore rupees in procurement of medical equipment. Punjab police arrests 3 drug peddlers and recovers 41 kgs of heroin in Amritsar. FIR has been registered and legal action has been taken. 2 died and 2 injured after a portion of a building collapsed in Navi Mumbai. Lawrence Bishnoi arrested by the Gujarat police in a case involving cross-border drug smuggling. 12-hour Bandh has been called in West Bengal, Siliguri, over the murder of a minor girl. According to the police, she was murdered after allegedly being sexually assaulted. 1 person has been arrested. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose calls for an emergency review meeting over the Jadavpur student death case. Discussion regarding the speed of work in the case may just be coming up. Well, around 500 motorbikes have been gutted in a fire in a bike showroom in Andhra Pradesh's Vijayawada. The exact cause of the fire is under investigation. Virat Kohli clears his test as camp for the Asia Cup, which begins in Bengaluru. In fact, the team will soon be flying to Sri Lanka for Asia Cup. Well, the Wagner chief has been killed in a plane crash, it is being reported. In fact, US President Joe Biden has commented that he was not surprised by this. At least 3 people have been killed and several others wounded after a gunman opened fire at a bar in United States of California. Japan's government has condemned North Korea after its second failed attempt to launch a spy satellite. Japan's chief cabinet secretary has called it a serious matter of national security. As the operator of the tsunami-wrecked Fukushima nuclear plant began releasing treated radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean, protests are being held by the Japanese fishermen group against this move. Well, South Korean Prime Minister has reassured his nation that Japan's release of treated water from tsunami-wrecked Fukushima's nuclear power plant will not impact the safety of food arriving into South Korea. As rain lashes parts of Chile, 25 residents have been evacuated after the adjacent road to a luxury apartment building on a hill collapsed. Well, South Korean and US militaries have held joint exercises near the border with North Korea. The training involved practicing how to breach the buildings and enhance soldiers' capabilities in urban warfare. 19 migrants, including children, were rescued by the Greek Coast Guard near the island of Lesbos in the Aegean Sea. Well, voting is currently underway in Zimbabwe, where hours-long delay in distribution of ballot papers forced the president to extend the general election by a day at dozens of the polling stations. Thailand's new Prime Minister made his first visit to the country's government house. It became after his royal endorsement.